Hey everyone, Chris Shokiki back with a toy review, and this time is going to be another double review, or I shouldn't say double, but I think it's my first double review I ever did. I do remember I did a triple review, but I think this is my first double review of two figures. And it's going to be on the Mcfarlane Toys DC Multiverse Arkham Knight Red Hood and Gotham Knights Red Hood. I got these guys at the toy show today, and I figured why not review them both, since while they aren't terrible, there are still things that we need to talk about these figures. Still things that are just not that good with these figures. So, yeah. And yes, I did poke myself while I was doing yard work. But, anyway, let's just go over them both. Let's start with the Arkham Knight Red Hood. So, yeah, in terms of looks, this figure doesn't look terrible. It definitely doesn't look bad. It looks alright. Accurate, sort of, but it's not terrible. And as you can see, for his accessories, he comes with two effects. He comes with a punching effect and a kick swipe effect that you can clip onto his leg. But I'm just gonna take it off. But yeah, they're just this clear, translucent orange plastic. I mean, they're not bad, but yeah, I'm not really a fan of them. And as you can see, it comes with two closed fists and two trigger finger hands, which I really don't understand why he comes with two trigger finger hands but no guns. Like, why give him gun holding hands if he doesn't have any guns to hold? And these joints here are tight. But yeah, why he comes with trigger finger hands, I don't know, when he doesn't even come with guns. And he's supposed to come with a display stand and a collector card, but I got this guy loose at the toy show. I mean, he only came with these accessories. Here, I didn't find the, he didn't come with the stand or the collector card, but that's fine, because, well, it doesn't really bother me, actually. But yeah. And as you can see, he does look not alright. I mean, it is game accurate. It's not terrible, but, you know, there are certain areas that I wish I could have done better on. It's just, I don't know if this is accurate or not. I could be wrong. And the hood is attached to the jacket, so when you turn the head, it's gonna look weird. So yeah, I'm not a fan of that. And here's a weird thing. His upper diaphragm actually bends not bad forward and back, but his waist is kind of hindered. But yeah, you can see the ball pegs are actually a bit better than the ones on my original Red Hood. But anyway, while we're at it, let's go over posability. Like I said, his head can turn side to side. It can move up and down, but because of the hood, it's hindered. His arms can fully rotate. They can swing out that far. I think there's a ball joint that could make his arms go back and forth, but I don't know. He has a bicep swivel, and at this cut here, I think this is supposed to be painted, but it's not. But yeah, bicep swivel, double jointed elbows, all the wrists can fully rotate, and unfortunately, unlike the Three Jokers Red Hood I have, he doesn't have a swivel hinge swivel. It's just a normal swivel. It's just a normal hinge here on all the hands, and they're pretty tight, especially on the trigger finger hands, which you can swap them out. I'm not going to because they are actually pretty tight in there. I already showed you the torso movement. It's actually not bad. His legs can move outward that far. He can do splits, so this is kind of springing back down. He can move forward about that far, move back about that far. Like, barely a thigh swivel, or if at all. He has double jointed knees, and these are actually soft plastic. And his ankles can move backwards and forward, not really much forward, mostly backwards. It can rotate at the foot. He has a ankle pivot. I think I already said he could rotate at the ankle. But yeah, like I said, ankle pivot and a tight toe bend. So posability, not bad, but there are just certain places where it could have been better. So yeah, all in all, not terrible, but it could have been done a whole lot better. I mean, I heard the DC Collectibles Red Hood is actually better than this guy. But I don't have that figure, and trying to find him is... I mean, it's easy to find him, but he's very expensive. So, yeah. This figure, it's not terrible, but it could have been better. But, anyway, move this out of the way. Now let's move on to Gotham Knights' Red Hood. Now, this figure actually surprisingly looks a whole lot better than the Arkham Knight Red Hood. I mean, he just looks like he just jumped out of the game. And this little jacket piece, it came like that straight out of the box. So I'm going to have to take some heat to it and just fix it or something. I don't know. But yeah, this figure... Now, I actually saw photos of the other 3 Arkham Knight figures. Or, no, not Arkham Knight. Gotham Knight figures. I saw Nightwing, Robin, and Batgirl. And honestly, those 3 figures, I do not like the looks of. They just look terrible. Nightwing in terms of his proportions, Robin in terms of his outfit design and the coloring, and Batgirl looks alright, but she's looking off to the side, which I do not like at all. But Red Hood, you know, looks the best out of all the other 3. But unfortunately, this figure, while it looks better, still has issues. Like, I already brought up this little bit, you know, being bent in. I mean, it's not a huge deal, but still. And also, outside the packaging, this arm kept popping off the bicep. I literally had to use a heat gun to heat the shoulder up and just push it in. And it stays on. I mean, it won't come out, so that's good. But, yeah, that was a bit of a frustration. And accessories, he comes with a display stand here, since he came in the box. If I could take it off his foot. A standard DC display base, nothing too crazy. He comes with a collector card with the picture of the figure at the front. And you can see his data file. I mean, if you want to read it, go ahead and pause it now. And he, like the Arkham Knight Red Hood, this guy has no weapons. Like, literally, he literally has no weapons. And instead he comes with these 2 stupid pew-pew gun hands, which I really don't like. These are just... they're pointless. I mean, I guess if you wanted him to be doing some funny stuff, I guess, but come on. These are just... they're just dumb. I mean, again, I guess because Warner Brothers doesn't want Mcfarlane Toys to give guns to their characters, which I think is stupid. Like, Red Hood ain't Red Hood without his guns. And this guy literally has no weapons whatsoever. No guns, not even a melee weapon of some kind. Nothing. But yeah, again, he comes with these stupid pew-pew gun hands, which I hate. Now, I actually tried to swap out this hand, but the peg on it, after I popped this off, the peg started to have stress marks, so... yeah, I am not swapping out these hands for these things, because these are just stupid. But as you can see, he has a closed fist and a gripping hand. But, again, no weapons to hold. Which, again, is dumb. But, in terms of looks, this guy just looks a whole lot better than the Arkham Knight figure. Perfect? No, obviously, but still looks a bit better. Now, posability for this guy, his head can fully rotate without being hindered by the hood, which is folded back here. He can look up very far, which is absolutely awesome. He can not really look down, or a little bit he can, but not really much. His arms can fully rotate. They can swing out to the side that far. He does have a ball peg in the shoulder, but it's hindered, so it doesn't really move back and forth. Again, he has a bicep swivel. I mean, I'm glad I fixed this, by the way, like I said. He has a double very tight double jointed elbow, which I think someone who was customizing this guy actually soaked this guy in hot water to loosen up the joints and whatnot. But he has the swivel hinge swivel at the wrist, so you can move it back and forth. Rotate here and rotate here, so you can move the hands up and down. I mean, again, and it swivels here. Like I said, it's a swivel hinge swivel. It looks like there's... What is that? It looks like there's like a bit of plastic hanging off of it, but you know what? Nah, screw it. Now, unfortunately, unlike the Arkham Knight, his diaphragm movement is hindered. He can't really move forward. He can move back a bit more, but that's how far he can move forward. The ball joint, the waist, yeah, it's hindered too. I mean, he can rotate, though, at both the diaphragm and waist, mostly the waist, though. His legs can move outward that far. They can move forward. They can move back. Like, barely, if at all, a thigh swivel. He has double-jointed knees. Again, very tight. His ankles can move forward. They can move back. They can fully rotate. He has an ankle pivot and toe joints. So yeah, articulation on this guy, I mean, it's better at the wrists, but not at the torso. Like, the Arkham Knight Red Hood actually has better torso articulation than the Gotham Knight's Red Hood. But, oh well. So, yeah. There are the two Red Hood figures. I mean, they're not terrible, but they could have been done better. Especially the Arkham Knight Red Hood. I honestly don't know what happened. It's just really stupid how now Mcfarlane Toys is no longer giving weapons to their DC multiverse figures. I mean, so yeah, I really do not like that. I mean, Red Hood ain't Red Hood without his guns. The same thing with Joker. Joker ain't Joker without any type of weapon. I mean, unless if it's a crowbar. But anyway, I actually have plans for these two since I already have the Three Jokers Red Hood. I actually heard about a kit bash, possible kit bash that could be used with these two, as well as the Three Jokers Red Hood. It involves the legs from the Gotham Knights Red Hood, the torso from this Red Hood, and the head from the Three Jokers Red Hood. This is the Arkham Knight Red Hood. It involves the torso, it involves the Gotham Knights Red Hood legs, and the Three Jokers Red Hood head. So yeah, I unfortunately don't remember who made the comment, but if I do find him, I will put him in the description. So yeah, a kit bash with these two, as well as my Three Jokers Red Hood, will be coming. Don't know when, but anyway, that's it, guys. Hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you all next time.